How's it going, everybody? I, of course, am Dr. Lay, and tonight we have the final game of the first four games here in Dayton as the 31-1 Miami of Ohio RedHawks take on the 10-13 SMU Mustangs. A pretty big game. Many people believe Miami of Ohio shouldn't even be here. So, we'll see if they actually do belong. Again, taking on a member of the ACC. Appreciate you guys again for tuning in. Hopefully, again, it is a great game. Hi, I'm Dr. Lay. And again, I'll be providing the play-by-play for this one. Some recent trends here for each team. Of course, Miami of Ohio won their first 31. They did lose to UMass in the quarterfinals. 87-83, kind of, again, validating potentially, again, many of the naysayers that would have Miami of Ohio out. Again, crazy to me, but it is what it is. And then SMU get 20-13. They've lost 5 of their last 6 games. They went 8-10 in their conference, so they are definitely entering this game not playing well. But, of course, again, they've had some time to rest. Both teams really have. So we should see a game where both teams are on their A game, at 100%. Again, appreciate you guys again for hanging out. Some stats again for teams here. Miami, Ohio averaging 91 points a game. SMU 84. Points allowed, Miami, Ohio 75. SMU 78. Miami, Ohio makes 52% of their shots. SMU 49. SMU out rebounding Miami, Ohio 38-36. Assist about the same, 16 and 17. SMU with the slight lead there. Again, thank you guys for hanging out. Orville, good to see you. CB Dawson, appreciate you tuning in. Going with SMU there. JJ, good to see you. Who's this guy? This guy. Bill, appreciate you for tuning in. Almost at 7K. It's potentially tonight. We'll see. Maybe tomorrow for sure. If we don't hit it tomorrow, I will probably consider ending it all. No, we're not going to do that. But again, thank you guys for tuning in. Again, hopefully a good game. Miami of Ohio in red, SMU in whites. Tip-off is underway. It's won by SMU. SMU going left to right. Miami of Ohio right to left. All right, here we go. This is Miller. Miller hands it off to... Oh, man, I don't even know how to pronounce that. It is what it is, as this is Washington. That's for 3. No, it was a long 2. That was made by SMU. SMU with the opening bucket there. All right, here is Suter. Suter with it as driving inside, looking around. Finds here, this is Elmer. Elmer back over to Byers for 3. That's going to be short, poked away. And then now it's won by Byers. Byers to Skadziak. And that's a long 3. That's going to be off the mark, rebounded by SMU. Miller bringing up the court here for SMU again. Lost in the second round of the ACC tournament to Louisville by 4. Bounce pass inside here to Toombs. Toombs with it. He's spinning around. Toombs kicking it out to Miller. Back over to Washington as he floats it up. That's going to be too strong, and it's knocked out of bounds. Going to remain with SMU. Let's see here. E-Money's got the Ohio money line. Haunted room in his house it is. No, I don't know about all that, actually. It's not really that haunted. Anyway. All right, here we go. This is... Oh, geez. I'm going to call him you glitta glue. You get a glue? I don't know. We'll figure it out as you get a glue is fouled on his way to the basket. Unsure if they're going to count it. They're not. It's just going to be a regular foul. You get a glue. You jit a glue. You jit a glue. You jit. You get a glue. You jit a glue. All right, inbounding here to Yajitoglu, as here it is. This is Miller. Miller is stuffed, and it's won back, though, by SMU. This is Washington. Hands it off here to Pierre. Pierre for 3. That's too strong, as it finds an SMU player who lays it in for no problem. 4-0 SMU, leading over Miami of Ohio. All right, here we go. This is Skadziak. Skadziak with it, inbounding here to Woolfolk. Hands it back to Skadziak. Skadziak driving inside in the lane. Fadeaway jumpers, good. Rough start for me in this one. Not so much for these players. Again, looking pretty good on the offensive side. As here is Pierre. Pierre over there to the far side to Washington. Washington back over to Miller. Miller with it on the near side, finding Pierre for three. That's too strong and rebounded by Miami of Ohio. As here's Skajic. Skajic with it beyond the arc. He just jacks up a three. That's good. And Miami of Ohio, taking the lead for the first time in this game. 5-4, 17-45, and counting in the first. It is a pro Miami crowd as this game again in Ohio. As SMU playing around the perimeter. That's a three. That's going to be short. Rebounded there by Suter. Suter, the leading scorer here for the RedHawks. On the far side, finding Byers. Byers over to Skajic. Skajic with it. And he's working his way to the near side in the lane. Thought about it. Now kicks it out to Woolfolk. He jacks up a three. That's going to be an air ball. And it goes out of bounds with 17-16 left to go in the first. All right, let's see what we got here. Again, appreciate you guys for tuning in. SMU is a 7-point favorite. That's not a surprise. Score of the Pens game, I saw they were down earlier 2-1. Unsure if that's still the case. SMU with it. This is Yajitaglu. Yajitaglu looking around. Or is it Yagitaglu? Probably that. As Miller with a deep three. That's going to be short. Rebounded, though, by Yagitaglu. He puts it up and gets the baskets. SMU reclaiming the lead. 6-5, 16:50 left to go in the first. As here's Skajic. Skajic over to Suter. Suter with it beyond the arc, working his way in, driving inside. Now going to turn around, fadeaway jumper, high off the glass. Not really a good shot. Rebounded by Toombs. Toombs finding here Washington. Washington down the far side. As he's driving in the lane, lays it off the glass. Too strong. He was fouled. Fouled there by Elmer. He was on him like glue, and he will head to the line for a couple of shots. So Washington is a 77% free throw shooter. Let's see here. I guess it's true Miami has played absolutely nobody. I mean, it's a 1-point game with 4 minutes. In 4 minutes. I don't know. It's way too early to really say anything. As he does miss the first. I mean, again, you go undefeated, you're pretty much saying if they don't deserve to go, then they shouldn't have even played. Like I just think that's a backwards logic. That's a backwards logic. There does make the second. I just find it concerning that we all love underdogs in movies, but in real life, if it were to happen, we hate them. That's a little odd. Bounce pass inside here to Atlason. Atlason hands it off to Elmer. Elmer beyond the arc, finding Atlason. Atlason slamming it inside. Tying the game 7-7. 16:10 left to go here in the first. This is Miller. Miller with it on the far side. Again going left to right. Toombs. Toombs now finding Washington. Back over to Yagitaglu. Hands it off to Miller. Back over to Washington. Is driving in, and he is fouled. No shot. Or no, they're going to say he was shooting. Maybe. I don't know. Looks like we're going to commercial break regardless. 7-7 your score. As, again, we're taking our first commercial break. 3-3. Okay, nice. Yeah, I do have a ticker. It's going to be really small. I'll put that up there. So hopefully that can help out. I forgot I took it away, I'm not going to lie. Again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Again, 7-7 is your score. Sid scored a goal. Nice. But yeah, I checked it earlier. It's like 2-1 or something like that. All right. Again, in commercial break, thank you guys for hanging out for game number 2. Just kind of hanging out here. But, yeah, again, kind of a good start to this one. Miami of Ohio shooting 43% from the field. SMU 38% from the field. Pretty balanced. Miami of Ohio 1 for 4 from beyond the arc. SMU 0 for 3. Again, both teams can line it up. Both teams averaging over 84 points a game. SMU 84. Miami of Ohio 91. So it should be a high-scoring game. You can be the ticker. I guess you can. How was the first game? It was pretty good. It's pretty good. Pretty good stuff. It's pretty good. I mean, it was a 67-55 Prairie View over Lehigh. Lehigh didn't really play all that great, but I don't know. It was a good stream, though. I got it going at the end. That's really where it counts. Yeah, you guys are interesting there in the comments section. Who won the first game? Prairie View won. Again, we're just kind of waiting for a commercial break here to get us back into action. But again, both these teams can line it up. Expect a high-scoring game. I really would expect that. If you play a bunch of high school kids and I got college players, I think I'm going 31-0, right? Well, I think it's funny, David. I'd like for you to point out a high school team that they played. Go ahead, David, if you don't mind. Everyone says, oh, they played a bunch of high schoolers or, whatever. So where is that high school team? Like, I know you're trying to over-exaggerate it for effect, but they did play other colleges. They played other teams. They played the MAC conference. Is that the most prestigious conference of the world? No. But they went undefeated. They took care of business. I just don't understand. Yeah, everyone's, again, going for... everyone just, I think, spends a little too much time watching ESPN or on social media. I think that's the case. Inbounding it here for SMU. This is Toombs. Toombs finds it, and it's going to be intercepted. It's popped in the air. It's volleyball. What in the world was that? Now it's with Miami of Ohio. All right, that was a little odd. This is Perry. Perry with it on the far side. Kicks it out here to Byers. Byers here to Suter. Suter bounce pass inside. This is Elmer. Back out to Perry for three. That's in and out. And going to be rebounded there by Gittaglu. As it'll be with SMU. 15:30 left to go in the first. All right, Miller hands it off to Washington. Back to Miller. Back inside to Gittaglu. He puts it in and slams it inside. No problem. 9-7. 15-16 left to go in the first. This is Elmer. Elmer over here to Atlason. Atlason looking around. Hands it off to Suter. Suter back to Atlason. Atlason for three. That's going to be short. Rebounded by Suter. Back over to... Well, Suter now with it. Back to Atlason. Back over to Elmer for three. That's good. And the high school beaters beating an ACC team 10-9. Interesting stuff. Again, way early. We'll see how this one goes. 10-9 is your score. Here's SMU again at the logo. Back over to Pierre. Pierre with it beyond the arc. Driving inside and puts it. Oh, nice shot. Nice shot by Pierre. Reclaiming the lead 11-10. Let's go ahead and make that. There we go. That should be even there. Don't have to touch that the rest of the stream. Elmer with it at the arc. He's trying to find a teammate. Does find one in Perry. Perry going to drive inside. Looking around. Loses the ball. Gets it back. Hands it off to Atlason. Atlason to Suter. Suter, the shooter, as he's driving in the lane. Fade away is going to be short. Rebounded there by Gittaglu. Hands it off to Miller. Miller with it down the far side. And Miller, bounce pass to the corner. Pump fakes. Pierre, jab step, kicks it out to Miller. Miller thought about it. Back, oh, bad pass as it goes out of, no, it's saved by Miami, Ohio, but saved it to SMU. Pierre with it, going inside, hands off Gittaglu off the glass. And they're actually going to call a foul prior to the shot. That one, Miami of Ohio fans not liking the call. ESPN's bad. Do you stream on YouTube? No, I've never streamed on YouTube in my life. You got to remember that a lot of stronger teams not accept Miami of Ohio. Yes, that is true. Hello, how's it going, Sean? Good to see you. All right, SMU going to be inbounding it here again. No shooting foul. Inbounds here to Gittaglu. Again, I'm going to have to figure out that name as he kicks it out to Pierre. Pierre over here to Walters. Walters inside to O'Neal. He puts it up. Blocked. Stuffed by Miami of Ohio. This is Perry. Perry driving inside and going to kick it back out. This is Byers. Byers to Suter. Suter going inside. Suter back to Byers. Byers for three. That's too strong, but saved by Miami of Ohio. This is Suter finding Atlason for three. And that's going to be too strong and saved by Miami of Ohio. Actually, no, they did say he stepped out. Going to be SMU ball. 13:09 left to go in the first. Miami of Ohio going to be, I guess, living and dying by the 3 because they are just jacking up threes at will. Already 9 threes. 5 twos, by the way. All right, here we go. This is SMU. Let me go ahead and... Yeah, I feel like that's probably... I don't know, that Italian dude the other day. As that's going to be a floater. That's going to be off the mark. Rebounded there by Miami of Ohio. This is Perry. Perry to Atlason. Atlason with it. Back to Perry. Perry with it. Jab step. Cutting inside is Perry. Floater's going to be too strong. Tipped away. And, well, it's going to go out of bounds. Last touched by SMU. 12:39 left to go in the first. SMU up by 1. They promote rage bait? Yeah, no, 100%. They promote rage baiting. All right, again, a 1-point game. Miami of Ohio going to be inbounding underneath their own basket. That was a nice play there by Atlason to kind of hit it off the Mustang. As looks like this is Skajic going to be inbounding it. Oh, it's on the ground. Taken away by SMU. Pierre now with it, crossing half court. Down to the near side. Looking around, finding Miller at the logo. Miller trying to find a piece, and he's driving in. Fade away. He's going to be too strong. And rebounded by Perry. Perry with it. Now he's finding Skajic. Skagic's going inside off the glass. Gets the friendly roll. Miami of Ohio leading by 1, 12-11, 12:09 in this one. All right, this is O'Neal. O'Neal over there to Pierre. Pierre for 3. He's going to be too strong. Rebounded by SMU. Finding again is O'Neal. O'Neal mid-range jumper. That's going to be off the mark. Rebounded by SMU. As Miller pump fakes, driving inside. Kicks it out to O'Neal. O'Neal driving in the lane. Half spin. Looking. And, oh, man, Miami, Ohio wanted that travel. No travel was called. As step back 3. That's too strong. Rebounded by SMU. Toombs now with it. Toombs to Miller. Miller going to the lane. Kicks it out O'Neal. O'Neal for 3. That's an air ball. Rebounded by Miami. No points for SMU in the last 3 minutes. They may have just replaced SMU with high school players. I have no idea. But here we go. Skajic at the logo. Skajic looking around. Bounce pass here to, I believe this is Atlason. Atlason to Woolfolk. Hands it off to Skajic. Skajic pump fakes. Kicks it out to Atlason for deep 3. That's going to be off the mark. Rebounded by Toombs. Toombs to Miller. As Miller making his way downtown to the far side. Going left to right. Miller with it. Bounce pass inside. Oh, the ball's loose and taken away by the RedHawks. 10:47 left to go. Miami of Ohio up by 1 with the ball. This is Skajic once again. Skajic at the logo. Finding here, this is Perry. Perry finding Skajic. Skajic looking around. Looking at Elmer. No, Skajic just jacks up a 3. That's going to be short. Rebounded by Toombs. Toombs finding Pierre. Pierre down to the near side. Again, going left to right. As he's driving in. Hands it off to Toombs. Floater's going to be rolling in. Nice. Nice stuff there by Toombs. Reclaiming the lead. 13-12. 10 left to go in the first. Here's Skajic. Skajic over there to Perry. Back to Skajic. Skajic looking around. Beyond the arc. Finding Atlason. Back to Skajic. Skajic to Elmer. Elmer just jacks up a 3. That one's good. And Miami of Ohio reclaiming the lead. Apologies on the score there. It's 15-13, not 15-12. As here we go. Again, SMU with the ball. Finding Toombs. Toombs with it down to the near side. Back to O'Neal. O'Neal over there to Walters. Back over to Miller. Miller with it at the low. Good to see you, George. Appreciate you for tuning in. Finding Pierre. Pierre with it. Bounce pass inside to Toombs. Toombs working his way to the basket. It's got 5 left to shoot. Turning. Looking. 3. Kicks it out to Miller for a deep 3. That's an air ball out of bounds, and that will take us to another commercial break. Miami of Ohio up by 2, 15-13. All right, let's catch up on the chat here. You're hearing music. Yes, there is music, slight music in the background, just to fill that void. SMU is an ACC team. Yep. Let's see. Good to see you, Trisk. Appreciate you for tuning in. It's at about 20% worth of your death stay. That's good. Good stuff, Nate. Let's see. How's it going? Path, Michael Jordan, Hang Time, Revolution, Global Sport, Kobe Carries the Torch, Mamba Mentality, Curry Splash Bros, 2026. I don't even know what all that is there. A shoe block. I've never even heard of that, to be honest with you. But appreciate you for tuning in. Favorite NFL team, Pittsburgh Steelers. You know it. You know it. Again, good to see you. I'm doing okay. George hanging in here, hoping for a good game. Going to be a very argumentative game because a lot of people, again, either very much against Miami of Ohio or very much for. I do find myself with the 4. Not really going to, I don't really care, but it's just, I do find it crazy that everyone's just dismissing a team that did go 31-0. Am I saying they're the greatest team on earth? No, I'm not. But I'm saying that they deserve a spot in the tournament. But I guess that's controversial nowadays. I guess 31-0 in college, just whatever. It's just I don't know. It's just wild. Penguins game's crazy, really. Hopefully it's going good over there for the Penguins. Can appreciate you, CB. Travis going with Miami of Ohio. Been on campus. Nice. You have an innovative strategy. Nice. Alex Caruso used his shoe in hand to block a shot last night against Magic. Oh, really? That's crazy. Alex Caruso with the shot with the shoe block. Huh. That's funny. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Just looking back. Yeah, looking back at your. That's great. The shoe block here begins. There you go. Hey, man, all legends there. Every single one you named, legends. Yeah, I don't really watch much of the NBA, but that's pretty good. That's pretty good. They went down 2-1, then 3-2, then 4-3. Oh, really? Wow. 5-4. They're up 5-4. Can they hold on? Can they hold on, Caleb? I hope so. Again, appreciate you guys for tuning in. We got a good one so far. 15-13. Miami of Ohio leading by 2. Right now, though, I'll be honest with you, these teams aren't really making their shots. 33% for Miami of Ohio, 32% for SMU. But I still think it's a good game. It's a close game. Interesting calls already, or non-calls, I should say. The atmosphere is pretty good. This game is in Dayton, Ohio. And, of course, again, it involves a team from Miami of Ohio. So, or Oxford, Ohio. Yeah, but anyway. Should be a good game. I hope so. I really hope so. Yeah, Miami, Ohio winning this and losing the Sweet 16. Wow, Sweet 16. I don't remember what I have there. I don't remember. Shoe block is interesting. One time, Bruins, one of the crowd took the shoe off a Ranger fan to beat him. Wow. That is pretty wild. All right, we're back. We're back in action. Here's Miami of Ohio. Miami of Ohio up by 2. As Woolfolk in the lane, trying to find a team. Oh, it's knocked away. He gets it back. Kicks it out to Skajic. Skajic with it beyond the arc. Back to Woolfolk. Back to Elmer. Elmer with it. Driving in. He bounce pass inside Woolfolk. Oh, it's intercepted by Pierre. Pierre went out with it. He finds Washington to Glue. He puts it up. It's denied by the rim. He put it up. The rim was there to block it. Looking like a high school player, I'll admit. Here's Elmer for 3. That's good. Miami of Ohio up by 5. 18-13, 8:30 left to go. This is Pierre. Pierre with it for the Mustangs. Trying to get something going. They've been kind of ice cold as of late. Oh, bad pass taken away by Miami. Miami passes inside. Elmer with the layup. Gets the friendly roll. 20-13. It's a football score, folks. Timeout SMU with 8:12 in the first. And this crowd is wild. Again, it's a pro-Miami crowd. They may have gotten the short end of the stick even playing this game, but they did get, again, a blessing having this game played so close. Wow. Isn't that a kickball? I would say so. And appreciate you, Path, for tuning in. Again, never hesitate to chat down below. I do apologize. Want to say this again right now. I really do try to get to the chat. I I am able to do so in football games, football and baseball. When it comes to basketball and hockey, it's really hard. Again, basketball is a fast-paced game, so never hesitate to chat down below. I really sincerely try, and I apologize if I do miss your comments. But again, football season, I do get to the comment section. I do. Even when we have hundreds of people. Again, football, it's more successful for the channel. It's a bigger and better stream. I have to say I'm impressed so far. They're holding their own against Power 4 school. I'm telling you, David, again, I mean, they went undefeated for a reason. That usually means they're better than their competition. Usually. But we'll see, David. It's still plenty of time. Maybe in the end, maybe SMU wins by 15. Who knows? But right now, Miami of Ohio looks really good. SMU is scared. They might be. So another Sonic Eaton restaurant, I believe, in Hubbard, Texas. Nice. Trisk does not drink coffee there, Sean. Be the gag joke of the night. Yeah, maybe. I used it to fuel me. Sorry, I'll try to lay off that. Let's see here. Canes just tied. Wow. All night long. Picked back in the day. 9 seed over 1. Wow. Nice. Let's see here. Miami's defense pretty much better than the metrics because they haven't needed to play defense much except to close out tight games, which they've generally done. Gotcha. And appreciate you, Ballhawk, for tuning in. I myself did lean Miami of Ohio. In fact, I am expecting them to play Tennessee. You want to know why? It's because in my bracket on ESPN, I do have the winner of this game beating Tennessee, and I am expecting Miami of Ohio to win. If SMU does win, I may have to change my pick. Not trying to, make any SMU fans mad here. It is what it is. It's just my opinion. You can have a different one. That's totally okay. Totally okay. But, yeah, I definitely have a lot more faith in Miami of Ohio, at least getting to, I don't know if I have, I think around a 32. I think that's it. But I think that would be a success. I think that would be a success for sure. Penguins back to 500. That's terrible. Yeah, Trisk does not drink coffee. He hates coffee. All right, we are back. And again, it is a touchdown game. 20-13 is your score. Miami with an 8-0 run the last minute and 43 seconds. SMU only 2 points in the last 6 minutes and 20 seconds. All right, here's Washington. Washington to get a glue. Back over to Miller. Miller with it. And he's double-teamed. Good defense. Finding Toombs, though. 10 seconds to shoot. This is Pierre. Pierre with it. SMU, again, have missed 9 of their last 10 shots. Pierre with it. Driving in the lane. Loses the ball, but it finds a Mustang. Puts it up. Can't get the friendly roll. Tipped away. And they're going to call a foul on SMU. SMU kind of in shambles. For some reason, ESPN is shut down. I don't really know. Okay, never mind. We're working our way back. That's why. Timeout. Another timeout. That is pretty disgusting. We've had a lot of timeouts here. 7:41 left to go. Again, Miami of Ohio up by a touchdown. Let's see here. What is your secret then? People can praise SMU without putting down Miami of Ohio. Yeah. SMU, again, played in the SEC, played tougher competition. Again, I think we can all understand that. But, again, they went 20-13. They lost 5 of their last 6. So entering the tournament, they're already at a disadvantage, just not finding that momentum. So, yeah. And, again, they also have a tough game playing in Dayton. That is a tough draw. SMU... I mean, you can make the argument they played another, again, 11 seed. I can't think of one. Like NC State or Texas in Dayton, SMU would probably play better because they wouldn't have the crowd be so against them. And we all know that in college football, or even college basketball especially, of course, but just in college in general, the home team has the advantage. The crowd plays such a big part in how the game goes. It really does. Tennis, anyone will not advance. Oh, I'm sorry. Tim Hortons? Never had Tim Hortons. 20 likes, not too bad. Again, the goal is 50. Chose 3 for me. This guy. Okay, yeah. The burger's it's just not good. The burger's just not good. New Jersey throwing to the Rangers. Nice. I don't know who I need to win in the NHL, but again, thank you guys for hanging out. Again, if you do like what you're listening to, make sure again to like and subscribe. Again, appreciate you, Jake, for tuning in. Do you know how to swim? Kind of. I used to, but I don't really do that. I don't really like going to the pool. I don't really like going to the beach. I'm not going to lie. Not really a beach guy, to be honest with you. I don't really like going to the water. Water wasn't made for humans. It really wasn't. Miami, Ohio's profile is very similar to that of the 2011-2012 Murray State, except Murray State had 2 quad 1 chances, which they delivered. They won the first game of the tournament, then lost to a 3 seed. Yeah, that's tough. That is tough. Yeah, again, I'm thinking the same thing about a second round, which would be good. I think that'd be great. I think they are definitely top 32. Virtually a home game for Miami. It does feel that way. Again, the crowd is ruckus. Not right now. Again, kind of killing all this momentum with all these commercial timeouts, which I find very annoying. But that is just me. First NCAA tournament game since 2000. Wow, again, it's been a while for the RedHawks. It's been a while. Yeah, not going to really answer any political questions there, Jake. Yeah, not really. Again, this is a sports channel. So, again, if you're going to determine whether you watch somebody because of their politics when it's sports, that's tough. Let's just say that. Not going to ban you, but yeah, I won't really address much of that. Anyway, Miami, Ohio with it. He's in the lane looking around. This is Perry, or no, that's Skajic. Skajic is fouled by Miller. That was a pretty crazy question right at the gate. How's it going? Do you support ICE? Whoa, okay. Yeah, that's wild. Let's just say this, man. I love America. All right, here we go. This is Woolfolk. Kicks it out here to Perry. Perry for 3. That's good. It's a 10-point game. Miami of Ohio pulling away. 7 minutes to go here in the first. Washington to Miller. Miller with it. Back over to Pierre. Pierre with a deep 3. Oh, nice shots. Quieting the crowd, making it a 7-point game. All right, here is Skajic. Skajic with it. Going to the far side. Kicks it out here to Woolfolk. Woolfolk back out to Suter. Suter driving inside. Looking, spinning. Kicks out to Woolfolk. Why? By himself for 3. That's an air ball. Rebounded by Suter. Suter with it on the far side. 6:36 and counting. 5 left to shoot. Suter's got to find somebody. He finds Skajic. Skajic just puts it up. Oh, and he gets it. 10-point game. 10-point game, 6:20 and counting. Miller to Washington. Washington with it at the logo. Back over to Miller. Miller with it on the near side, finding Washington. Driving inside, puts it up, and gets the nice shot. Good shot by Washington. 8-point game. 26-18. Here's Skajic. Skajic with it beyond the arc. Driving inside. Skajic floater is good. Oh, my goodness. Miami, Ohio, they can't miss right now. However, SMU has done a good job answering as of late. Can they keep it up here? Miller with it on the far side. 5:50 and counting. Floats it over here to Toombs. Toombs with it, finding Pierre on the far side. As Pierre driving inside. Mid-range jumper. That's good. Now both these teams coming alive. 28-20. Not too shabby. 5:30 left to go here in the first half. All right, Skajic going to slow it down. Now going to the far side. Now passing to his near side. Elmer just jacks up a 3. That's going to be off the mark. Rebounded there by Yagitaglu. Again, trying to get his name. Anyway, Miller with it at the logo. Finding Yagitaglu. Yagitaglu. Double team. Finding Washington. Back to Pierre. Back to Miller. Miller driving in. Floater is going to be... Looks like there was going to be a foul on the pass as Elmer was indeed fouled. Let's see. Home crowd plays a role in many sports and soccer. Yep. Soccer, pretty much where passion is just on an all-time high, like soccer. Soccer, a sport where the home field is huge. College, again, passion there. NFL, again, it's dying. Yeah, passion is dying. But, it's because of the game. But I still love the NFL. Don't get it twisted. But Definitely not what it was. You get a glue, hands it off to Miller. Miller to Pierre. Pierre with it beyond the arc, driving in, looking around. Good defense. Bounce pass inside of Toombs. Toombs puts it up and gets the friendly roll. Good shot. And it's a 6-point game. It was a 10-point game. 440 and counting passes to the near side. And Skadjic just jacks up a three. Oh, my goodness. He got it. 31-22. 9-point game. Miller with it on the near side. Back to you. Get a glue. You get a glue to Pierre. Pierre looking around. Driving inside. Kicks it out to Miller. Miller for three. That's good. These guys are making it at all. I mean, at will. Unbelievable. 4-16 here in the first. Miami of Ohio, again, up by 6. A little bit of a timeout there. Substitutions making their way. Politics need to vanish. It would be nice. You're triggered? Yeah. I don't think you actually are. And if you are, well, it is what it is. All right, here we go. This is Perry. Perry with it on the far side. Kicks it out here to... I need to write his name down. I can't find him. This is Suter. Suter for three. That's going to be too strong. Rebounded, though, by Perry. Kicks it out for three. That's good. Oh, my goodness. Everyone's making threes. 34-25. Everyone's high-fiving in the crowd. This is Miller. Miller with it. You get a glue. You get a glue here to Washington. Washington hands it off. Miller once again with it. Miller to Pierre. Pierre, jab step. Floats it into you get a glue. Finding, this is Walters. Walters to Miller. Miller for three. That's good. Unbelievable. These guys can't miss. Nobody can miss right now. 34-28. Bounce pass here for three. That's short. And rebound. Oh, Allison. No foul. Wow, that's crazy. Miller with it to Walters. Walters for three. That's too strong. And it's tipped away and won back by SMU. This is Miller. Miller with it to Walters. Walters to Washington. Driving in the lane. Hands off. You get a glue off the glass. Gets the baskets. 34-30 back to a 4-point game with 2:57 left to go. Man. What in the world's happened? These guys just now making everything. Oh, Kirby. Kirby is 6. That's right. They changed his number. I keep falling for that. It's the third time I've called Miami of Ohio, and I forgot Kirby is not 12. He's 6. All right, let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, Jake, just don't do that again. If you ask another political thing, I have to just get rid of you. Definitely not talking politics during it at the end of the game. Like, why? Why? You related to James Fishback? I am not. James Fishback. Yeah, no, he, again, that's a political question, but seems pretty cool. I'll say that. I got to admit they're holding their own. Yeah, no, it's a good game. It's a good game. SMU not going away. Again, I think this could be a really good game. Appreciate you, David, though, for being a good sport about it. I know a lot of people would not be, so I appreciate you, David. I think we can get along. I really do. Just a lot of people will, hurl insults or, just be in denial, And again, maybe, in the end, you might be right. Second half, maybe it's all SMU. I don't know. But right now, it's a good game. That's, I think, what we all want. Speaking of home field advantage, Steelers were 5-3 in Acrisure, 1-0. That's pretty good. That's good. It's just not, the NFL's not as, which, of course, the competition's a lot closer, right? Compared to college, of course, from the top and the bottom team in the NFL compared to the top and bottom team of the FBS and FCS and all, because there's so many teams. But, yeah, it's just not as much. But, again, it's still there. But the home field's not as much as it was. Why is there always a Jake? There's a lot of Jakes. Jakes from State Farm. Jakes from everywhere. Just the way it goes. Again, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Again, if you'd like what you're listening to, make sure, again, to leave a like and, of course, subscribe to the channel. This is what I do, folks. I call games. So, hopefully, again, you are enjoying the broadcast. Going to be calling a lot of games tomorrow. 3 games, in fact. TCU, Ohio State, McNeese and Vanderbilt, and then Texas A&M and St. Mary's. Going to be doing all that tomorrow. So make sure, again, to subscribe if you're a fan of March Madness. But, of course, the big thing on the channel, again, I'll just be straight up honest with you, is the NFL. Obviously, this will never compete with the NFL because it's not really on with the NFL. I mean, it starts in November, but, no one really cares. I mean, there's a lot of people that care about college basketball, but it's not really until March, right? But anywho, yeah, if you are a fan of the NFL, fan of, again, even the Bengals or the Browns, again, talking to Ohio people here, or SMU fans, like Cowboys, Texans, again, I cover everybody at least once. And, of course, I cover every Steeler game, so it's guaranteed to be a Bengals or Browns game. But I did cover non-Steeler games that involve the Bengals, that involve the Browns. So make sure to subscribe to the channel. Again, the NFL is where this channel's success is. In fact, it's gotten 6,000 of my near 7,000 subscribers in year 1. So just keep that in mind if you're looking for a NFL channel. We are returning to action again. 34-30 is your score. Miami of Ohio inbounding it here to Perry. Perry going to drive inside now, working his way back beyond the arc. Hands it off here to Atlason. Atlason looking around. Hands it off to Suter. Suter with it. Beyond the arc, just chilling. Now a deep 3. That is going to be off the mark. Poked away and won by SMU. Pierre with it. Down the far side, driving in. Kicks it out to Miller. Miller to Walters. Walters to Washington. Pump fakes the 3. Hands it off to Miller. Miller driving in. Stepping back. Looking. Puts it up and gets the friendly roll. It's a 2-point game. 34-32. Miami again was up by 10. Now they're only up by 2. SMU, as he passes inside, gets the friendly roll. Good shot by Suter. And he was fouled. He'll go to the line, but SMU has made 9 of their last 10 shots. As Suter again going to the line, he is a 73% free throw shooter. Let's see here. Jake from State Farm. Yeah, a lot of Jakes. Neutral here, but I like Miami to win here because SMU did that ball game. Oh, yeah. That's fair. Appreciate you, Arizona, for tuning in. Louisville Kings. Yeah, we'll do some of the UFL as well. We'll see how that does. Dope channel. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you for tuning in. Who do I think win? I think I'm leaning Miami, Ohio, but again, it could go either way. It's a close one. It's a good one. That's all that matters. As there's a shot. That one is good. Making the free throw. Making it a 5-point game with just under 2 minutes to go in the first. As Miller with it down on the near side again, going left to right, finding Yagitaglue, hands it off to Washington. Washington looking around at the logo, finding Pierre. Pierre with it, looking around, driving in, stepping back. He jacks up a long 2. That's short and rebounded. Nice hands by Suter. Suter the shooter. As he's looking around, finding Atlason. Back to Suter. Suter to Skajic. Skajic to Byers for 3. That's good. Back to an 8-point game. 40-32. 1:22 left to go in the first. All right, here is Miller. Miller with it, driving inside. Kicks it out to Walters. Walters for 3. That is short. Rebounded by Skajic. Miami has reclaimed the momentum that they had lost, because SMU had it for sure. Skajic with it. Looking around, bounce pass inside to Suter. Back to Byers. Byers for 3. That's good. Unbelievable. It's an 11-point game. 55 seconds left to go in the first. These fans can't believe it. Yagitaglue hands it off to Pierre. Pierre to Washington, driving in. Washington turning around, kicks it out to Pierre. Pierre with it in the lane, puts it off the glass. Nice shots. Silencing the crowd. 9-point game with 34 seconds left in the first. All right, about a second differential between the shot clock and the game clock, so most likely this is the final shot. And Skajic just going to chill with the logo. Skajic just chilling. 17 seconds and counting. Just chilling like a villain. 10 seconds left. Going to the far side again, going right to left. Now coming to the near side. Oh, Byers falls down for some reason. Skajic for 3. That's going to be too strong. Rebounded by SMU. Jacks up a 3. That is short, and that will do it for the first half. 43-34 is your score. Pretty good first half. A lot of excitement, a lot of scoring. Definitely not like the previous game we called, which was 67-55 at final. A lot more scoring in this one, which is what we expected. Again, both these teams can put up points. SMU averaging 84 points a game. Miami of Ohio 91 points a game. So we are looking for looking like a potential high-scoring affair here in Dayton. Again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Let me get back to the chat here before we go to the stats. So let's see here. You're a Falcon fan. We did some Falcons. Again, we covered everybody at least once. Let's see here. Regardless of this game, we needed that. Yes. Who's more talented? I would say. I mean, again, shooting wise, definitely Miami of Ohio. They are making threes now. Both these teams really good though. I think SMU is not too bad. Appreciate you, James, for tuning in. Pretty late game. Yeah, definitely going to be watching games during school tomorrow. Okay, appreciate you, nephew. Yeah, again, I'll be covering a lot of games during school, of course. Vanderbilt tomorrow should be a good one. Teams are pretty close talent-wise, yeah. It's a good one. School's a good place to watch a game, I guess. I never did that. Didn't have a phone in high school. So I would not know. That was 11 years ago. All right, let's get to the stats. Again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. It was a fun first half. Looking for a fun second half. I really am. Woolfolk, no points, but has done a lot of stuff off the ball, but no points there. Byers, 12 points. Suter, no points. Suter the shooter, no points for him. Skajic with 12 points. Elmer with 14. Atlison with 2. Kirby with 3. Again, they're shooting 47% from the field, 40% from beyond the arc. SMU. Washington with 3 points. Yagitaglu with 6. Toombs with 8. Miller with 8. Pierre with 9 points. No points off the bench. They're shooting 45% from the field, 23% from beyond the arc. That needs to change. And it kind of was there towards the end. But again, they got to get more consistent on that. Rebounds about the same, 18-18. They are the same, actually. Assists about the same, 10-9. Miami with the lead there. And that is pretty much it. And appreciate you guys again for hanging out. Let's get 50 likes. Would be great. That's kind of my goals for college basketball. Get 50 likes. We're at 41. And again, if you do like what you're listening to, make sure again to leave a like and of course subscribe to the channel. Again, you're going to be calling a lot of March Madness, a lot of baseball. It's going to be a lot of Pirates, but we do bounce around. We will bounce around a lot. And again, if you're an NFL, again, this is a football channel. This is primarily a football channel. So again, if you're a football fan, make sure to subscribe. Again, usually that is where I'm at my best because I'm very knowledgeable with the NFL. And I'll let you know that too. Some people don't like that, but it is what it is. But again, I call a game. I'm pretty unbiased, even when the Steelers are playing. In fact, I probably hate on the Steelers more than any other team. But I do love my Steelers, of course. But again, I do call everybody at least once. Every single game, every single team at least one time. And I did that three games every Sunday. There's a Europe game. That Sunday morning I'll do 4. And, of course, Monday nights, Thursday nights, all that stuff. So hopefully I see you guys there for football season again. Hopefully hang out during the summer as well. And, again, never hesitate to chat down below. Again, I know it's hard to get to the chat with basketball because it's very fast-paced, but I really do try to get to the chat. So, again, feel free to chat down below. Talk about the game, talk about the NFL, whatever you want. I really try. Well, almost. Within reason, as we figured out tonight. So, yeah. But, yeah, thank you guys for hanging out. But, yeah, if everyone subscribes right now, we would hit actually 7,000 subscribers. So, thank you guys. 13-point Keela lead. Can they keep it up? It's actually a 9-point lead. But, yeah. Well, we'll see. 11 years ago, doesn't feel too long ago. It really doesn't, honestly. Time flies, nephew. It really does. 0 points from the bench. Yeah, that's not good. That's just not going to happen. You cannot expect to win a game without any bench help. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. Which, to be fair, Miami of Ohio only 5 points off the bench. But, that's obviously more productive than 0. Go Bengals. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how they do. Next year. Again, it's all on Burrow. Burrow wants all the weapons on the offense, so that's why their defense stinks. So I am, I hold Burrow more accountable. Yeah, again, the defense is bad, but he wants all the money. He wants all his buddies on offense. He wants all the weapons there. So it is on the offense. He's gotta come through. And unfortunately, that's just not how you can win the Super Bowl. You can't win a Super Bowl like that. Steelers are America's team. Yeah, I believe that. I do. Subscribe. Yes, Travis, I have seen you around. Appreciate you, Travis, for your support. Really do. Again, thank you guys for hanging out tonight. And again, it's been a good one. It's been a good game. And again, I'll be back tomorrow for 3 more games. 3 more games tomorrow. But yeah, this is definitely a fun one for sure. Let's see here. It's really odd, but oh well. Let's see. You have a new fan now. I love my football. Oh yeah, man, football's the way. Appreciate you, David. That's number one. It always is number one. It always is number one for me, man. I can talk football. Again, the next football thing I'm going to do, well, other than the UFL, again, I'll do a few of the NFL. UFL, I don't know if I do week 1 because, again, March Madness still go on. Of course, there's baseball. But the big thing for the NFL will be the first round of the draft. I'll go live. Usually partner with another streamer, Rising Rhino, for my football stuff when it's, obviously not calling a game. We're just doing like the talk show format. But we should be, as of now, we are expected to team up for the draft. That should be fun. And we'll get to react to all that. And I've been kind of lethargic on my draft stuff, but, it is what it is, right? But I'll lock in those as we get closer for sure. Still unsure what the Steelers are going to do. Still unsure what's going to happen with Rodgers. Appreciate you, CeeLo, for tuning in. Look at that. Again, CeeLo covering the game as well. Again, folks, if you haven't done so already, make sure to subscribe to On The Go with CeeLo. CeeLo, again, the king of NASCAR YouTube, but he also, of course, is doing this game. What does that imply? Well, he's doing college basketball. He does a lot of college basketball. And, of course, he's scouting because he's a Tennessee fan. The winner of this game going to be playing his Tennessee Volunteers. And, again, I won't be calling the winner of this game versus Tennessee. And I actually made that choice because of CeeLo covering Tennessee. So, again, if you are a fan of one of these teams, make sure to subscribe to CeeLo. He will have the play-by-play for the winner of this game versus Tennessee in round 1. Maybe, again, I see you guys for round 2 because I do have the winner of this game, CeeLo, if it's Miami, Ohio, beating Tennessee round 1. I do have that happening. So, yeah. But, again, thank you, CeeLo, for tuning in. Make sure, again, to click the link, subscribe again. He will have coverage. Most likely, I'm pretty sure he's going to have coverage of the Tennessee and winner of this match. So thank you again, CeeLo, for checking in. Hopefully we're all doing well. I haven't really looked around yet, but let me go ahead and look around here. Let's see. Jaguar's killing it. Jaguar always kills it. Jaguar kills it. Let's see here. You're doing well, CeeLo. Good stuff. Good stuff. We're all hanging in there. That's always good to see. You're an Angel fan in baseball. Not going to do too much Angels, but again, we'll see. We'll see. I'll see what I can do. I know the Pirates will play at least once. That's the way it goes. But I can try. I'll try. I'll do what I can. Again, David, I try to bounce around baseball as well. See, actually, again, I can kind of tell you how much I did. Last year, I didn't do as much. I wasn't doing this full-time last year. Now I am. Now I am essentially full-time doing this due to stuff happening in my life. But anyway, yeah, let me see if I can. Let's see. How long ago was it? No, that's way before. I did it a few times. I don't think it was too much. Let me see if I can find like the exact numbers. So I called your last game. Angels, I covered them 6 games last year. The Pirates 74 times. Again, that was number 1. But my goal is to cover 120 Pirates games at least. That is the goal. So, yeah, again, more baseball this year for sure. That is the goal. Pirates were 34-40 when I called a game for them. The Angels were 1-5 when I called a game for the Angels. Not good. Wow. Sorry. Sorry, David. That's tough. That was the reason. Well, probably not, but you can blame me if you want. Live in Knoxville, but from London, Kentucky. You have Miami, Ohio beating Tennessee. Yeah, it should be interesting. Again, I think they can, but we'll see. We'll see. We shall. It'll be fun. It really, I think, will be a fun March Madness tournament. But hopefully, again, we have a fun remainder of this game. That's what I'm pulling for. That is what I'm pulling for. Good games usually bring out the best in me. Usually. But again, with all the scoring, that should help. That should help. Let's go Redskins. RedHawks. Again, appreciate you, Haas, for tuning back in. Yeah, I actually don't know when Miami of Ohio changed their name. I didn't even know that. I think they were like the RedHawks my entire life. I was born in '96, so I don't know if they were the Redskins at all during my time being alive. But as far as I've been paying attention to college, which was like the mid 2000s, then yeah, they've been the RedHawks, I think, the whole time. Man. Let's see here. Again, we got 74% of you guys voting for Miami of Ohio, 26% for SMU. Thank you guys again for voting. So that is pretty much 3 out of 4 going with Miami of Ohio. So maybe it's not as, I don't know. I thought it was more 50-50. I thought it was, that was like the split there based on what I've been seeing on social media, but maybe it was just loud on one side, maybe. Michigan State loses in Sweet 16 that comes back and advances to the Final Four. What the heck? He really has Michigan State losing in the... Colin Coward filled out his bracket. He has Michigan State losing to UConn in the Elite Eight. No, in the Sweet 16. But then he also has them winning in the semifinal. How does that even make any sense? That's a little odd, but oh well. Change of the 90s. 97, I think. The change happened when I was a student there. Gotcha. So, yeah, okay. Well, I would have been 1 year old when that happened in 97. Yep. Yeah, again, I'm more, I want to see the Redskins come back. And, the Washington Redskins. My RedHawks, for me, that's been what they've been the whole time for me. So, that's not really a factor. But I was, again, I grew up with the Redskins, watching them anyway. I like their uniforms, too. I like their helmet. I like the yellow face mask with the maroon. It just complements well. It really, it was nice. It was a nice uniform. It was iconic. Not really a fan of the Commander's name. It's terrible. I mean, if they had went with red something, I probably would have bought into it more. But again, I can't call them the Commanders. It's terrible. I shorten it to Commies. I either do Commies or Redskins. I will flip back and forth. That's how I am. Thank you, appreciate you, George, for tuning in. Yeah, no, it's been a fun one. Hopefully you have a great rest of your night, George. Again, thank you for tuning in. As I know you got to make your rounds. I know you got a lot of people in the sports world. I don't know if I know you mentioned the Pete I've been looking into him, just kind of seeing how he does. I mean, he's a big channel, so I'm always looking at what others do to see how I can improve or, how they get the viewership. It looks like he's taking tonight off. But yeah, I've looked into him since I forget what game that was that led me to him. But and of course he's going to be doing the Pirates Orioles. So he's an Orioles fan. Interesting. Wow. So BW has competition. That's tough. That is tough. Is he going to be doing any of the Looks like he's not doing it in the March Madness. That's interesting. Interesting. But yeah, thank you guys. Man, that's over 5,000 views tonight. That's pretty cool. So I expect it to probably slow down, though, because everyone's pretty much locked in their respective channels. So maybe 7, 8. I don't know. For real. I forgot what I was talking about. It was about the Redskins, then yeah. I don't know. The Commanders is just such a bad name. It's just a bad name. If they just went with just anything, anything else, it would have probably been fine. Like just Red something. Red Wolves, Red Tails was brought up. Anything. I probably would have been okay with it. I probably would have. But Commanders. Oh, it's the Commanders. Okay. It sounds like a generic football team from some movie. Yeah, we're taking on the Commanders in the state championship or the league championship. Like, okay, yeah. Definitely not an NFL thing for sure. Oh, it actually is now. Stupid. Yep. And again, the UFL starts in next week. Yeah, next weekend. That'll be fun. Hopefully Rhino should be back by then. Rhino's all football. He definitely will be covering all of that. So again, if you're looking for a home for UFL, again, he'll be covering that. Again, I'll cover it when I can. Most likely, again, pretty much not the first weekend, because again, the first weekend of the UFL is going to have March Madness. March Madness is probably going to be a bigger draw. So that's what I'm going to go with. Going to go with that. He's in the hospital, doc, and doing well. Going home. Oh, wow. Okay, that's good. I didn't know that. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, hopefully all is well. Hopefully he'll be okay. But yeah, no, I'm wishing him the best. Yeah, no, again, I always look at what everyone's doing. I try to see what do they do? What can I do better? Look at what I can always improve on as far as thumbnails, presentation. Yeah, of course I can always work on presentation. Pretty simple presentation at this point. Can't really afford any upgrades, to be honest. I know a lot of people now with the green screen, like, okay, I mean, that's not really crazy, but I don't know. It's just, I'm not there yet. Don't trust points-based metrics for teams like Miami, Ohio that don't have to work to keep winning. Usually have another gear they really shift into, so the metrics sell them short. That's fair. I know, again, that's tough, Just being, I don't know. Again, the whole process, I was really just kind of saddened that everyone was fighting for a 500 team in Auburn to get in over an undefeated team at the time. I just found that really sad. We were giving credit to losses rather than wins, and it was really weird. And again, I do think who you play matters, but when the difference is like that, it's like it shouldn't even be a discussion. It shouldn't be, but it unfortunately was. And I just found it very odd. I mean, Auburn was just a 500 team, essentially. They were 18-16 or something like that. Like, really? Really? Are we really trying to fight for a team that lost 16 times? Really? Well, Prairie View and Lehigh, they won their conference. A little bit different. And again, they have to go on the road against the bigger schools. So they already start off losing. They already start off with losing records for the most part, all these other small schools, the mid-majors. Auburn usually will start off winning because, again, they're going to be hosting those small schools. So, yeah, I just found it really sad that we don't like underdogs unless it's in a movie. Oh, yeah, let's go, Rebels. Let's go, Luke Skywalker. Blow up the Death Star. But in reality, no, I want Darth Vader to show those rebels how it's done, or just, shut them down. Like, of course, there's the theory that the Empire are actually the good guys, but that's a story for another time. That's a story for another time. Who's going to win it all? I actually have Michigan. I have Michigan winning it all. Michigan's really good. They have a lot of solid choices this year. I think they have a very wide field, but I do think a 1 seed is probably going to win it. And that is where I'm at. Yeah, let me know. I do apologize. I do have a brackets challenge as we are close to working our way back, so I got to hurry. But yeah, feel free again to compete against me, compete against the rest of the channel. As again, is the game on here? No, cannot show the game or the channel is nuked. So again, I'll gladly show the game for $1 million. That offer will always stand. So $1 million, by the way, can't be a super chat. You have to wire to the bank account. So there's no like, YouTube doesn't take the cut. Anyway, there you go. Feel free to click the link and join the group, compete against the doc. And again, if you haven't filled a bracket, there you go. There's a link to the bracket. Me and Valorant played mostly top 25 teams. Yeah, it was just the whole thing. 49 likes, pretty good. We're closing on in. Love those old Pirates teams. The Willie Stargell, Bill Matlock, Dave Barker, Bert Blyleven. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. It sounds, again, my dad talks very highly of the late 70s Pirates. He was born in 70, so he grew up watching them. I think his favorite Pirate, though, I don't know if he's still listening. Trisk, if you're still listening, but I don't know if it was Andy Van Slyke. I think he liked him. Not too sure. George's got Arizona. Okay. Yeah, a lot of Arizona. Yeah, again, a lot of solid teams, a lot of good choices. If I say my finals, can you tell me if my bracket is cooked? Sure. Sure thing. What you got, man? We are working our way back, though, so it might be a little bit here. Suter's going to be with the ball. No, pardon me, this is Skajic. Skajic working his way in. Bounce pass to Suter. Beyond the arc, back to Skajic. Skajic looking to Suter. Suter back to Byers. Byers for three. That's in and outs. Rebounded there by SMU. As we're beginning, again, the second half. SMU down by 9. All right, this is Toombs. Toombs to Miller. Miller working his way to the far side, finding Pierre. Pierre to Toombs. Jab step working his way in. He's in the lane, spinning, looking, and it's stuffed. And there's going to be a foul. Was it on the shot? It was. Toombs will go to the line for 2, and he's a 62% free throw shooter. You have Howard being Long Island, another one with Ohio State being Michigan. Yeah, you're cooked. Not going to lie. Not going to lie. Both those are cooked. Good luck, though. If you're right, you deserve a lot of money for sure. That'd be crazy. As that one's going to be in. 8-point game again, 43-35. Big on the Big 12 teams. Gotcha. Yeah, again, a lot of solid teams. Kansas, I think, could be a sneaky team. I know they're 4, but man, I think Kansas is good. Toombs with it, and he releases. That one is good. 43-36. It is a 7-point game, 19-20 in the first. All right, here we go. This is Elmer. Elmer with it on the near side, finding Woolfolk, who fakes it and hands it off to Skajic. Skajic with it in the lane, spinning, shooting. That's short. Rebounded by Toombs. Toombs now hands it off to Pierre. Pierre crossing half court again, going right to left. SMU in white, Miami of Ohio in red. As here is, you get a clue. He puts it up, gets the basket. It's a 5-point game. 5-point game. Here is Skajic. Skajic with it beyond the arc to Woolfolk. Back to Skajic. Skajic kicks it out to Woolfolk. Pump fakes, driving in, kicks it out to Skajic. Skajic pump fakes again, looking to Suter, puts it up, gets the basket and the foul. And Suter, I think that might have been his first points of the game because it has been a rough showing for him. It is. Suter has struggled. But there you go, and he'll go to the line for a shot. He's a 73% free throw shooter. Has Suter made it to the game? Yes, he has. He just hasn't been able to. Go RedHawks. Appreciate you, David. Anthony, good to see you as always. There is the free throw. That one is good. 46-38. Back to an 8-point game. All right, here is Miller crossing half court again at the logo. Still plenty of time. Bounce pass to Pierre. Pierre loses the ball, but it finds Toombs. Toombs with the floater. That's good. Unlucky there for Miami of Ohio. Good defense, but finding a Mustang. All right, here we go. This is Suter working his way in. He's in the 2-point area, which is kind of rare for him. He's in the lane. Fade away. It's going to be an air ball poked away and finding a Mustang as this is Pierre down the far side. Again, going right to left. Pierre looking around, finding Miller. Miller with it on the near side. Miller to Yegedoglu. Yegedoglu to Washington. Back to Pierre. Pierre for three. That's in and out. Berger rebounded by Woolfolk. As he hands it off to Suter down to the near side again. 17:40 to go here in the second half. Kicks it out to Woolfolk for three. That's going to be way off. Poked away. Rebounded by Toombs. Toombs now passes to Miller. 17:30 to go in the second. Again, a 6-point game. Miller with it on the near side. Again, going right to left. Miller finding Toombs. Toombs jab step looking to Pierre. Pierre with it. Pierre beyond the arc, finding Washington. Back to Toombs. Toombs floater. It's going to be good. Again, just rolling around, getting the friendly rolls. 46-42, 4-point game. As here's Skajic. Skajic with it. Bounce pass inside of Suter. Suter, its pass is knocked out of bounds by Miller. Going to remain with Miami. Arizona, Kansas, BYU. You're cooked. Yeah. I was kidding. You got Auburn, Oklahoma. Wow. This guy. Unbelievable stuff there. All right, inbounding here to Elmer. Elmer with it on the far side. And Elmer is fouled. I don't think Washington no, they're going to call it on Yegedoglu. Yegedoglu there with his third foul. And that is not good for him. Third foul, still plenty of time left. And here is Skajic. Skajic with it. On the near side, kicks it out to Byers. Pump fakes. And he gets fouled. And that's Yegedoglu's fourth foul. Oh, man, he's got to come out of the game. Byers pump fakes the three, and Yegedoglu was leaping to smack it down, but Byers elected to keep the ball and just take the foul, and that's how you get people out of there. Again, you got to use, I guess, the rules with you. I don't know. That's wild. Is that better? It was not better. It was not better. Morgan Freeman's voice. All right, here's Miami of Ohio. This is Woolfolk. Woolfolk with it. Looking around, finding Skajic. Skajic working his way in. Bounce pass to Woolfolk. He puts it up. Can't get it. Gets his own rebound. Puts it up. It's stuffed. And they're going to call a foul on Toombs. And Toombs can't believe it. That'll be his first. Michigan man here. They're not the same without Case. A very strong sixth man, but the shots dropped. They're unbeatable. Lenberg's ankle sprain be functionally healed. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know about all that. That's crazy. That is not good. But I know I've covered Michigan. They look really good. Will be interesting. Orville like in Miami as Woolfolk does miss the first. Woolfolk, a 79% free throw shooter. Definitely expected to make most of his free throws, missing the first. Like a new finals USA baseball team, specifically against Venezuela finals. This guy can't. This game's already over. All right, there we go. He does make the second one. 47-42 is your score. Again, the winner will play Tennessee on Friday at 4:25 Eastern Time, folks. This is to keep playing. If you lose, it's over. Miller finding Walters. Walters to Pierre. Jab step. Looking. Driving inside, half spin, floaters, going to be rolling out and rebounded there by Skajic. Skajic with it, racing down the far side. He passes to Suter, and Suter was fouled. Another foul there, this time on Miller. Already 5 fouls for SMU, and we're not even 4 minutes into the second half. I'm not even kidding. We're at 16:05 as SMU, again, that is just tough. That is not looking good. Again, free throws are where Miami of Ohio have had success, but obviously they're not really doing that great at the line tonight. Elmer with it beyond the arc, finding Byers. Byers driving in, turning, looking for contact, puts it up, gets the foul, and another foul, and this time on Walters. And again, SMU, they're just looking around like, what in the world? Canada versus USA. You should definitely go with Canada over USA. I mean, Canada, Yeah, man, they're just too good against the USA in the finals in any sport. All right, commercial break, 47-42. Again, if you like fouls, SMU, they are not liking what's going on right now. They are getting called for the foul again. Miami of Ohio, they are definitely leading and trying to get the contact. I mean, that's clear. That is what they're trying to do. And if they're going to call it, I guess you got to do it. Man, oh man. Again, appreciate you guys for tuning in tonight. Got a good one, though. It's been kind of a choppy game here in the second half. Again, a really good, exciting ending there in the first half. Really picked up steam. Was really liking the game. This one, though, kind of a sloppy, choppy second half. But again, thank you guys for hanging out. Appreciate you guys for your support. ACC refs, maybe, yeah, it is not good. Which would make no sense in this situation, but of course, if you were there, you would know. Pittsburgh-Miami was, oh my gosh, that was a football game that was played, and some of the worst officiating I have ever seen. That was horrible. You got Miami, Ohio losing to Iowa State in Sweet 16. Wow. That'd be a great run. They would be really happy with that. Again, if you do like what you're listening to, make sure, again, to leave a like and, of course, subscribe to the channel for more play-by-play with Dr. Lay. This is what I do. I call games. 51 likes. Hey, I'll take it. Again, thank you very much. But, again, if you do like it, make sure to like and subscribe. And, again, it is free to subscribe. It says it right up there. Again, think of it more as a follow, not really a subscription. I understand the economy. It's not really all that great. So I made subscriptions free. Look at that. Just press the button. No bill will be sent to you. I'm just that type of guy. It is $0, 0 cents, no tax, no shipping and handling, no fees, no processing fees, no nothing. It is free to subscribe to the channel. If you're a sports fan, it's perfect for you. It really is. It really is. We should be working our way back soon. Again, it's a 5-point game. Miami of Ohio, 47, SMU 42. SMU actually leading and scoring the second half, outscoring Miami of Ohio 8-4. And thank you very much, David. Appreciate you again for subbing in. Yes, W in the chat for David. That is huge. Helps out a lot. Just subscribing, liking, viewing, whatever. It really does help. But, yeah, eventually we'll get back in action. Jeez, we're taking our time now. Taking our time. Can SMU, I believe they're at 6 fouls, so they're going to have to watch it for the rest of the game, essentially. They really... So, wow, yeah, that is tough. So... Who is this? Trying to see the number. This is Byers. Byers at the line. 79% free throw shooter as he misses the first again. Miami of Ohio trying to get to the line. And they can't make anything at the line. That is just no bueno. Byers with it for his second shot. This one doesn't get it. Unbelievable. Rebounded by SMU. Here's Miller with it on the near side. Again, going right to left. Again, they're down by 5. They've looked better here in the second half as he floats it here to Toombs. Toombs with it. Finding Walters. Walters to Miller. Miller with it. Jab step. Cuts inside. Pass it to Walters. Walters for 3. That's good. It's a 2-point game, folks. 47-45. An 11-4 run to pretty much starts this second half. Is Skajic looking. Fade away. That's going to be in and out. Rebounded by Toombs. And SMU with a chance to tie the game as Pierre hands it to Miller. Thought about the 3. Looking. And he does get the contact. And again, SMU bench, they were about to just get so mad because there was a hesitation on the call. Because again, Miami of Ohio, they've been getting those calls. They've been getting a lot of those. Get a 2-point game. Miller getting it again, 15:07 and counting. Miller down to the near side again, going right to left, finding Walters. Walters to Miller. Miller with it on the far side. Miller Passes inside to Walters. Walters turns and shoots. Can't get it. Toombs tips it away. Back to Walters. Walters puts it in. It's a tie game, 47-47. With 14:47 left to go. Finding Byers. Or pardon me, this is Suter. Suter with it. Back to Skajic. Skajic beyond the arc. To Byers. Puts it up, and he is fouled. Fouled pretty hard. Again, he hit his head. And pardon me, that was Suter. Suter was the one with the shot. And that was a shooting foul. But it is a 1-and-1 to my knowledge, because that was, I believe, the 7th foul. Oh, yeah, I mean, he kind of shoved him to the ground there, too. That was kind of unnecessary, but it is what it is. And they are going to review it. They are going to review it, because, again, there was a blow to the head. It's under review for a flagrant. I think it probably will be. Again, he kind of shoved the back of the head of Suter. It didn't really look like he needed to do it. He just did it. Hit these free throws. Yeah, they have struggled here in the I mean, the commentator trying to say he's trying to brace his fall. I don't know. I mean, why do you pick the head? If you're trying to brace your fall, you don't pick the head of the opponent, and that's dangerous. Yeah. It's going to be upgraded flagrant one. I don't know what these commentators are talking about, saying, oh, well, I think he was trying to brace the fall. I don't think that's malicious. What in the world are they talking about? Yeah, you can't go for the head. If it was the shoulder or the back, I mean, I think that's perfectly fine. I mean, it would definitely be a common foul. But no, he puts it at the back of the head, and, of course, that's pushing. It's dangerous. Can't do that. Anyway, we'll see if Suter can take advantage. Again, they've struggled with the line. 73% free throw shooter. So Corey Washington with the flagrant, as Suter does make the first. Get the bum out. He's not going to be ejected. But again, unless you're talking about the commentator. Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about. He's yapping about nonsense. There's the second. That one's no good. Again, Miami cannot make anything at the line. Good to see you, True Raider. Appreciate you for tuning in, pulling for the Mustangs tonight. Gotcha. Appreciate you, man. We got a good one again. Back and forth we go. I have Houston, Arizona. Not too bad. Not too bad. Houston, I think, will do very well as he kicks it out. Allison for three. That's going to be too short. Rebounded by Washington. And here come the Mustangs. Here's Miller on the far side. Again, 14-25 and counting. Finding Toombs. Toombs to Washington. Washington slams it in, and SMU taking the lead. 49-48, their first lead since 13-12 in the first. Miami of Ohio have went cold. Here is Suter. Suter with it, looking around, finding Byers. Back to Suter. Suter looking far too. That's good. 50-49, they desperately needed that. They needed something because it was not looking good. Here's Miller down on the near side again, down by one. Miller beyond the arc. Floats it to Toombs. Toombs with it. Trying to find a teammate. Toombs bouncing his way in. Cuts it inside to Washington. Puts it up. He is fouled. Doesn't get the shot. But he will go to the line for a couple. And Washington is a 77% free throw shooter. Yeah, Michigan, Arizona in the final. Nice. Very nice indeed. Miami fans getting rowdy. I don't know. I don't really need to see all that. Not going to lie. As there is the first one, and he missed. Washington missed the first. Unbelievable. Washington, again, a 77% free throw shooter. Let's just say this. A bunch of guys in Speedos. I think that might be the Miami, Ohio swim team. They are right behind the basket, and Washington missed the first. He does make the second. That was pretty wild. That was maybe of one of the most wild things I've ever witnessed. All right, here we go. This is Perry. Perry over to Atlason. Atlason Looking around, trying to find a teammate. Bounce pass to Suter. Suter kicks it out to Byers for 3. That's good. And Miami of Ohio have retaken the lead, 53. It's not 5-0-3, 53-50. All right, here we go. This is Miller. Miller with it on the far side. Miller is fouled by Atlason. Scared of Michigan Duke, yeah. It's definitely taking this as a dog. They are. We'll see. It's a good one. SMU, though, has definitely made it a game here in the second. 13:02 and counting here for SMU, down by 3. Miller floats it to Toombs. Toombs with it, trying to find a teammate, finds Miller. Miller driving inside, kicks it out, and it's tipped away by Miami of Ohio. Now they're going to say it's Miami ball. Wow. I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that. Are they going to challenge or what? It definitely got tipped. I thought it clearly went off a RedHawk player. SMU is going to challenge. I think they're going to win this. But here's the, well, okay, they're going to show the slow-mo, and it's one of the worst angles you'll ever see. And, yeah, no, that's off a RedHawk. That's going to be an SMU ball. They're going to win this challenge. 12:51 left to go again. A lot of stoppage in this game. I think that's kind of hurting the quality of play in the second half. I usually get annoyed with it when it's football. But anyway, again, 53-50, Miami of Ohio leading SMU. Yeah, that was pretty wild, David. I did not need to witness that myself, personally. Just saying. If this game comes down to free throws, it's going to be a long half, yeah. Arizona going to get upset by Utah. Utah, I don't think, they're not even in it. Are you talking about Utah State? Utah State is actually not too bad. I'm not going to lie. Utah State's not too shabby. Yeah, Utah, the regular Utah, they were not good. Where's Arizona at? Arizona's in the West. Yeah. So I don't have that. Let's just say that. But Utah State, that could be a good game. I would like to cover that one if that is indeed the matchup. But we'll see. Again, a lot of stuff happening. A lot of stuff, of course, has to happen. Yelling for UCLA, Bruisins. Go, Bruce. Appreciate you again, Raider, for hanging out. Can't wait to watch it. Yeah, it was something, David, for sure. It was something. Starting to miss curling already. This guy. Oh, my gosh. Yes, folks, I did call one curling match. That was rough. That was rough. Anyway, I do appreciate you guys again for hanging out. Again, this one I call games. 53-50 is your score. Again, if you do like what you're listening to, again, subscribe to the channel. It is free. Again, if everyone were to subscribe right now, we'd hit 7,000 subscribers. Goal was to hit that by opening day. And I think we're going to do it. I think there's a solid chance. And again, tomorrow, if you're wondering, well, you're going to cover any more March Madness? I mean, I don't want to sub to you if you're not going to do any more. Well, it's a great question. Glad you asked. Tomorrow, I'm going to be doing TCU, Ohio State, McNeese, Vanderbilt, and Texas A&M and St. Mary's. Hopefully, that is sufficient enough, as we'll be doing 3 games and then 4 games on Friday. So, again, hopefully, I will see you guys there. And again, we'll be back for the second round, of course. Obviously, we have no idea who's playing what and when and how or why or whatever until, of course, Thursday has concluded. Then we'll know Saturdays, and Friday concludes. Then we'll know Sunday. Curly fries are pretty good. There is a World Women's Curling Championship happening right now. Really? That's a little odd on the timing, considering they just had the Olympics. Anyway, so yes, curling. SMU won the challenge. I'm talking about curling. Unbelievable. All right, Washington going to inbound it here for SMU. He's looking around, trying to find someone. Bounce pass to Miller. Miller, pump fakes, kicks it out to Walters for three. That's short, rebounded by Suter. Suter racing down, looking around, finding Allison. Allison to Suter, to Byers. Byers going to the lane, puts it up, and can't get it. Rebounded by SMU as Washington racing down to the far side. He's driving in, looking around, spinning around, looking. Inching his way. Oh, and that's going to be a blocking foul on Suter. Man, oh man. Washington going to win. A little bit of a sell there on Suter. Not really the best acting there. So appreciate you. Thank you, May. Appreciate you for the sub. Yeah, make sure, again, W in the chat. Anywhere on the Steelers? Yeah, nothing. All right, Miller going to inbound it here to Toombs. Toombs with it beyond the arc as he hands it off to Miller. Miller to Washington for three. That is in and out. Burger rebounded by Miami of Ohio. 12-15 and counting. Miami of Ohio up by three. Suter inside Allison. Allison puts it off the glass. Gets it. No problem. 5-point game. With 12 to go, Miller with it on the far side. Again, going right to left as Miller thinking about driving inside. Mid-range jumper, that's going to be off the mark. Punched away and rebounded by Kirby, who hands it off to Perry. Perry beyond the arc. Just kind of hanging out. Finding Allison. Allison to Suter. Oh, pardon me, this is Byers. Byers with it. He finds Suter. Suter just jacks up a three. That's going to be off the mark. Rebounded, though, by Perry. Perry looking around, filing Allison for three. He gets it. 58-50, 11-19, and counting here in the second. It's an 8-point game. 8-0 run in the last 2 minutes. Timeout, SMU. Timeout, SMU. Another official timeout. Another commercial break. 58-50 with 11-16 in this one. Roger Lincoln, yeah, 100%. Living in Los Angeles, I'm not going to say anything bad about UCLA when John Wooden was great. Jim Herrick was one of your favorite coaches. Jim Herrick. I do know, I've heard of John Wooden. I'm not familiar with Jim Herrick. But yeah, UCLA and I guess USC would be the rivalry. Unless I don't know. I guess I'm assuming you're a USC fan. I know they're one of the teams. Like every, season, it's like, will they actually make it there? Will they make it to the, playoff, college football playoff? But yeah, again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Thank you again for subbing tonight. Again, we're actually really close. We're close to 7K, so thank you very much. If we don't get it tonight, we'll get it tomorrow for sure. And again, if we don't get it tomorrow on 3 streams, then again, I'll have some thoughts for sure that will... I might have to end it all tomorrow. I'm not talking about the channel. Okay, I'm just kidding. All right, again, appreciate you guys again for hanging out. Again, we got a good one. And again, we'll be covering 3 more games tomorrow. And again, if you do like the NFL, folks, make sure again to do that. Again, make sure to subscribe. Again, calling a lot of NFL. That's the bread and butter of the channel. 3 games every Sunday at least, depending on the Europe game. I'm not going to lie. Sunday night can be brutal because I'm so tired. Because, again, I do a lot of college. And it might even, I don't know. I have to find a good balance. I think I have to find a balance with college and the NFL next year. But yeah, again, going to do a lot of the NFL, of course. Did it last year. Going to, again, do it this year because it's fun. It's what I love. I love football. But more so, again, the NFL and the Steelers. Even if the NFL is not as good as it was. I definitely can acknowledge that. But, again, thank you guys for hanging out in this one. Pretty good game. Pretty good game. Game of runs. It's really been truly a game of runs. Sometimes annoying, but it's who he is. Yeah. Yeah. But, again, I support Rodgers. He just needs to sign. It's annoying. But definitely our best chance next year is with Rodgers. But It is what it is. They look very similar. They're showing the coaches' wives. Don't know why, but they did. Anyway, 58-50 is your score. SMU again called a timeout. And, of course, before the timeout, Miami they still are. They're still on an 8-0 run. SMU with it again, going right to left. This is Washington. Hands it off to Miller. Miller with it on the far side. Passes to Pierre. Pierre to Washington. Washington for three. That's short. Tipped away. Rebounded by Suter. And Suter going to slowly make his way, crossing half court, finding Byers. Byers to Suter. Suter the shooter. Looking around at Atlason. Pump fakes. Passes inside. Kirby puts it up. He is contacted and fouled. Did not get the shot to fall, but he will go to the line for, I want to say, a 1-and-1, where Kirby is a 82% free throw shooter. Go RedHawks. They're looking good. They are looking good, but again, SMU has multiple times brought it back and have tied the game and even have taken the lead. So this game definitely not over, not even close. We still got, again, over 10 minutes to go in this one. This game, again, with a lot of stop and go, with the fouls, with the TV timeouts, the challenges. I mean, it has been dragging on, but it's a good one. As he does make the second 60-50 10-point game with 10:48 to go in this one. No points for SMU in the last 3 minutes. Hands it off. Trying to find a teammate. He does in the form of Pierre. Pierre to Washington. Back to Pierre. Pierre pump fakes. Looking to the near side. This is Davis Ray checking in. Davis Ray stripped. Goes out of bounds. And they're going to say it's with Miami. Oh, man. SMU just can't find anything. Should you're a backup quarterback next year once Reed fixes? I'm good. No, we're good. We're good. Many former brackets. Oh, my gosh. Looking forward to who we have as Atlason jacks up a three. Oh, and he gets it. You needed an Atlas to find where he shot that one from. 63-50. As Miller in the lane, and he is fouled. No shot was attempted. And Miami fans not liking it. But again, it's a 13-point game as Atlason from downtown, out of nowhere, just jacked it up. Yeah, completely agree, CB. Indiana before Signetti or Georgia players driving. Oh, gosh. That's a crazy bracket there. He hands it off to Miller. Miller in the lane. Floater. That's going to be too strong, but rebounded by Washington, who puts it up and gets the basket and the foul. Nice shot by Washington. Fighting through the contact and still able to get the shot. Washington is a 77% free throw shooter. Wow, indeed. Looks like Elmer going to check in for Kirby. Kirby getting a lot of handshakes. Washington again at the line to complete the three-point play. Again, pretty good at the line, and he does indeed make it a 10-point game. 63-53 with 10 minutes to go in this one. Elmer back to Suter, back to Elmer. Elmer back to Suter. Suter with it. Back to Atlason. Pump fakes. Back to Suter. Back to Elmer. Elmer. Suter. Suter on the near side. Finding Byers. Pump fakes. Looking in. Driving in. Kicks it out to Atlason for three. Too strong. And rebounded by Washington. Washington is fouled by Elmer. And that will put him at the line again. This game could take a while because they're already at the bonus. Both of them are. Both teams. So, yeah, I would say, I don't know what the over-under is, but it may go over. Then we found our Cinderella, maybe. 18th, I don't even know what they are, to be honest. What is the 18th? No idea. Probably don't need to go into that one there, 32. So I'll probably step away from that for a little bit. There is the first one, and that one is good. Again, a 1-1. It's been a game of run, so Miami Ohio needs to keep the foot on the gas, close it out. Yeah, exactly. Get a 9-point game as, again, Washington at the line for his second. That one is good. 8-point game. 9:36 to go. So SMU kind of playing like a half-court press. Not a serious press, though. As here's Skajic. Skajic with it from way beyond the arc. Finding Suter. Suter looking. Finding Skajic. Skajic back to Suter. Suter with it. Thinking inside. Bounce pass inside. Atlason kicks it out to Skajic. Long two. That's good. Back to a 10-point game. 65-55. 9 minutes and counting here in this one. Miller with it at the logo. Miller trying to find a teammate, trying to direct the traffic as he floats it to Toombs. Toombs with it in the lane, looking. Hook shot. It's going to be... Oh, it's rebounded by Iglito, too, as he bounced past the Toombs. Toombs is fouled. And Kirby doesn't like it again. You're going to see a lot of fouls, a lot of stoppage of play, because both these teams really trying to draw the fouls. That's unlikely. Probably your worst take. Yes, it is. All right, again, this will be Toombs' first. That one is good. Again, they're on the bonus, making it a 9-point game. Yegidoglu. I forgot how to pronounce it. It's been a while since I've said his name. Again, they kept him on the bench for a long time. He's already at 4 fouls. So one more, he's done. And there's the second one. That one is good. 8-point game, 65-57. Last 2 minutes might take half an hour. I would hate it personally. Unless it's close, then it's fine. All right, here is Kirby. Kirby with it. Finding Skajic. Skajic at the logo. Bounce pass inside to Suter. Suter going in. Oh, loses the ball. Finds it again. Back to Skajic. Skajic 10 to shoot. Back to Suter. Pump fakes for 3. That's going to be off the mark. Rebounded by Atlason. Allison keeping alive. Finding Kirby. Kirby's going to the basket. He puts it up. Oh, he's stuffed by the rim. And there's a foul. Was that a foul on you? Was that a foul on you? You get a glue? Oh, man. I think that is. I think he might have just fouled out. Or maybe it's his fourth. I don't know. We'll find out in a sec. Kirby at the line. Kirby is a 82% free throw shooter. There's the first. That one's too strong. So I don't know. Yegidoglu's going to check out. Again, I thought he was at 4 already. Now he's at 4 apparently. So I don't know. They may have taken away a foul. But no, I guess he's now at 4 officially. So that's kind of odd. I don't know. They made a big deal earlier about him at 4. But that is clearly not the case. As Kirby does make the second. 66-57. All right, here's Miller down on the near side, finding this is Walters. Walters back to Miller. Miller looking around. And that is a bad pass way out of bounds. Miller yelling at Walters, but that pass was to Narnia. That was just not a good pass at all. Quarterback yelling at the receiver. Maybe a miscommunication in the route, not too sure. 8 minutes and counting, 66-57. Woolfolk looking around, hands it off to Suter. Suter bounce pass to Woolfolk. Looking, hanging out. Woolfolk just chilling. 10 seconds left, going inside. Woolfolk hook shot's good. It's a 11-point game, folks. 68-57, 7:36 and counting. Here is Miller on the near side. Trying to get something going for the Mustangs. He's driving in. Fadeaway jumper is going to be short. Rebounded by Woolfolk. He was looking for the contact. No foul as he finds Skajic for 3. That's good. And it's a 14-point game with 7:15 to go. This crowd is going wild. Timeout SMU as they look to settle down. But Miami of Ohio's up 2 touchdowns, 14 points. Man, oh man. They are starting to pull away. Yeah, Kenneth Walker again will do very well, I'm sure, for KC. She's going to lean on Kenneth. That's what I'm thinking. I think that you're going to see a lot of Kenneth Walker popping off in the first few weeks. And, yeah. So, Kenneth Walker will do well for you in fantasy the first 2 weeks of the season for sure. Again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Again, if you do like what you're listening to, make sure, again, to leave a like and subscribe. Again, it's free. It says it right up there. I promise you. It is free. Again, we'll be covering a lot of play by, a lot of March Madness for the next week and a half, really 2 weeks. A lot of it. So, again, make sure to subscribe to the channel. It is free. Take the easy money. Get Tyler looking pretty good. We'll see, though. SMU, again, it's a game of runs. SMU has went cold. But I don't know. I don't think this game's over. But if you're a Miami fan, you got to like what you're listening to. You got to like what you're watching for sure. Put those ponies out to pasture. Miami, Ohio converted like 70-80% of their free throws. Yeah, so Miami's really, really bad at the line tonight. They are shooting. So Miami has had 35. Pardon me. That's 35 threes. I apologize. That's crazy to think about. They're shooting 40% for 3. That's really good. 14 of 35. Anyway. But yeah, they've had 12 free throws. They've made 7. Feels like it's worse. I thought it was 40%. I thought they had like 35 free throws. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's a little too much. But anyway, again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Lions were on a crack. Not supposed to resign Montgomery. I mean, they traded him. I think they felt like he was about to kind of decline. He may have already declined. I mean, Jahmyr Gibbs is kind of the guy. I think Jahmyr Gibbs is really good. Let me go ahead and actually look up Montgomery here. Montgomery had been declining. Let me try to get his stats for you. They did sign someone else. I don't recall, but they did sign someone else. So, yeah, Montgomery had his lowest yards, lowest touchdowns with the Lions, 716 yards, 8 touchdowns. Average per carry is 4.5. It's not too bad, but I don't know. I guess they feel like he's on the decline. Yeah, but now he's with the Texans, as the Texans look to feel like they've always had a veteran running back. I feel like it's just the way they go. Both teams need to stay cold in Miami with the W. All right, we'll see. Appreciate you good for tuning in, but these teams are looking like they're putting up a lot of points. As Miller finding Walters finding Washington back to Pierre with it, driving inside in the lane, looking, puts it up, and rolls around, gets the friendly roll. It's back to a 12-point game, 71-59. 6:52 and counting, as here's Skagik with it at the logo. Directing traffic, finding Suter with a double team, finding Skagik driving in, looking, hands it to Byers. Byers is fouled, and SMU can't believe it. Walter's like, did I foul him? I mean, I don't know. I barely touched him. SMU coach just can't believe it. He's just sitting down. He doesn't even acknowledge it. Byers going to be at the line to 79% free throw shooter. There is the first. That one is good. 72-59. They signed Pacheco. That's not a bad signing. Pacheco's not bad. When Sloan stopped giving him the ball, we don't have an offensive coordinator. Interesting. That's fair. I mean, the Lions were kind of a mess. There is the second. That one is going to roll in. Again, I like Gibbs. I think Gibbs needs to be the guy. He's amazing. He's one of the best backs in the game. All right, 14-point game, back to 2 touchdowns. As here's Washington. Washington to Pierre. Again, SMU down by 14. Got to get something. Here's Pierre underneath, looking, puts it up, gets the basket. I thought he stepped out of bounds, but they didn't call it. 73-61 is your score. Here we go. This is Suter. Suter looking around. Back to Byers. Pump fakes the 3. Inside to Woolfolk. And bounce pass to Kirby. Kirby puts it up, gets the basket. Back to a 2-touchdown game. 75-61. Again, these teams putting up points. 6 minutes and counting. Here's Miller. Miller looking around. Miller to Toombs. Toombs to Washington. Washington to Pierre. Pierre with it on the far side. He's spinning around. Half spin. Looking. Driving in the lane. Puts it up. He's fouled. Gets the basket. Good shot by Pierre. As he makes it a 12-point game, looking to make it an 11-point game. Again, going for the 3-point play. And he is a 76% free throw shooter. Lions had a horrible O-line. Pacheco had been injury-prone. Figures with the Lions. Gibbs not been good in short-yarded situations. I don't know. I just feel so much comfortable with Gibbs, man. I think he should be the guy. But yeah, Montgomery is more of the power back, as he does make the free throw. Pardon me. Yeah, my bad. It was at 63. I pressed the wrong number. 75-64 is your score. This is Skajic. Skajic looking around. Kicks it out to Kirby. Kirby pump fakes. Puts up the 3. That's a brick. Not even close. Rebounded by Pierre. Pierre with it on the far side. Again, going right to left. Driving inside. Loses the ball. And it's last touch by the Mustangs. 5:22 left to go in this one. Again, the RedHawks have been pretty much up by about 10 points the last 3 or 4 minutes. Looks like the timeout Miami of Ohio with 5:22 left to go in this one. Pretty solid conclusion of the day for college basketball. Really good. You want Tate? I don't want Tate to go to the Chiefs. I want the Chiefs to draft a bust. I'm tired of the Chiefs. But that's just me hating, I guess. I don't know. Again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Again, covering this college basketball game. Going to be back on the call tomorrow for some more play-by-play. 31-0 start since 1979. Lost the championship. Lost the round of 32. That was Wichita State. Lost the Final Four. And then Gonzaga losing. I didn't quite see where they were there. Again, appreciate you guys for hanging out in this one. Good to see you again. Appreciate you for tuning in. We got a good one. 75-64, 5:16 and counting. As here's Byers. Byers to Woolfolk. He hands it off to Skajic. Skajic with it on the far side. Finding Kirby. Traveling inside. Hands it off to Woolfolk. Loses the ball, and it's taken away by Toombs. Toombs with it to Pierre. Pierre to Miller. All right, Miller with it on the far side. I'll lean up. We'll see what's going on. Miller with it on the far side. 4:50 and counting, back to Pierre. Pierre with it. Stepping back. Finding Toombs. Toombs to Washington. Washington driving in. Loses the ball. It's tipped out of bounds. What are they going to say? No, they're going to say it's a foul. A foul on Skajic. And it looks like we'll have some more free throws. So for all the March Madness. Oh yeah, no, it's been fun. So I believe this is Washington. Washington at the line is 77% free throw shooter to make it a 10-point game. That one is good. 75-65 your score. 4:43 left to go in this one. Again, gets another one, of course, to make it a single-digit game. A lot of subs happening. Woolfolk gonna exit the game for now. Washington, by the way, with 12 points. 12 points on the night. It's playing a good game. There's the second. That one is good. 75-66, 4:40 and counting. Here is Byers. looking around. Pardon me, this is Skajic. Skajic looking around as he hands it off here to Suter. Suter with it. Back to Skajic. Skajic beyond the arc, driving in, looking around in the lane, puts it up, and can't get it. Rebounded by SMU. Here comes Miller. Miller to Pierre. Pierre driving in, puts it off the glass, gets the basket. It's a 7-point game, 75-68, 4-13, and counting. Here is Suter. Suter the shooter. Hands it off to Skajic. Skajic. Bounce pass inside to Atlason. Atlason looking around. Kicks it out to Kirby. Kirby for three. Gets it. Back to a 10-point game. A lot of you can't see me stuff, or I guess it's Caitlin Clark. I have no idea. But a 10-point game, 350. As Miller looking around, finding Pierre. Pierre jab step, looking. Jab step for three. That's a brick. Rebounded there by Miami. Here is Suter. Suter with it on the near side. Suter just chilling. 3:33 and counting. Finding Atlason. Atlason with it. Finding Skajic. Skajic at the logo. Looking around. Finding Suter. Suter again at the logo. 10 to shoot. Skajic driving inside. 7 back, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch, I believe, by SMU. And that is going to be a TV timeout with 3:16 and counting. Definitely the most featured number on the channel for a variety of reasons, but there you go. 3:16 and counting. 78-68 is your score. Miami up by 10. 63 likes talk, you Chiefs hater. I'm not a Chiefs hater, just tired of the Chiefs. Tired of the Patriots, tired of the Chiefs. Want some more stuff. But I guess, when you look at NFL history, you do find there's like a lot of dynasties just everywhere. A lot of teams that have consistently won in, a short amount of time. 60s with, the Packers. The 70s with the Steelers. The 80s, the Raiders had a nice time there. The 49ers there, I think they were the team of the decade there. And again, they had a lot of Super Bowl wins. Cowboys in the 90s. And, of course, the Patriots had one in the 2000s. The Steelers had a nice run. And again, if they had beaten the Packers in 2010, they would have been a dynasty inside a dynasty. Or the dynasty in between dynasties. Would have been cool, but they could not secure the third Super Bowl in 6 years. And then, again, a lot of the Patriots. So, and of course, now the Chiefs. But now I don't know. We'll see how they do. Mahomes has to get healthy. Let's see here. Miami, Ohio close out the game strong. We'll see. Adapt, improvise, yeah. Again, thank you guys for hanging out. Again, if everyone were to subscribe right now, we would hit 7,000 subscribers. Thank you again for hanging out. And again, I'll be back tomorrow for some more college basketball. Doing 3 games tomorrow, 4 games on Friday. So we'll see how that all goes. Again, doing a lot of college basketball. Hoping it does well. I think it is. So far, so good. Thank you guys again for hanging out. Again, if you also like the NFL, this channel is more of an NFL channel. We're just in off-season mode again, covering a lot of different things. And, again, we'll be doing a lot of baseball as well. So make sure, again, to subscribe to the channel. Gotta love the parody. We do. That's what I want. But sometimes the parody isn't really around in the NFL. It really isn't. All right. Let's see what's going on here. We are working our way back again. 3:16 and counting. Not in counting. What am I talking about? 3:16, that's where the clock is stopped, but it's about to be counting. You know what I meant. But anyway, it is a 10-point game, 78-68. Miami of Ohio looking to prove a lot of the naysayers wrong with a pretty solid performance. Again, SMU, kind of a rough draw to think about it. Again, they were already trending in the wrong direction, losing 5 of their last 6. As here's Miami of Ohio inbounding. As here is Atlason. Atlason puts it up. High off the glass. Can't get it. Suter with the rebound. Kicks it out to Skajic. Skajic to Elmer for 3. That's good. 13-point game. 81-68 with 3 minutes to go. Here's Miller. Miller trying to silence the crowd. He does not, finding Toombs. Toombs floater. That's good. Unbelievable. This one not over, but it's looking like the RedHawks will prove a lot of people wrong. Deep three from Elmer. That's going to be too strong. Rebounded by Atlason. Atlason trying to break free. He does. Hands it to Byers. Byers driving in. Kicks it out to Suter. Suter for three. That's too strong, and it's going to go out of bounds. 2:31 left to go. Miami of Ohio again. The story, everything. The story is just, it's just crazy. Again, it was either 31-1 or 18-16 Auburn. It was unbelievable. Unbelievable this was even a discussion. I've already proven the naysayers wrong. I would say you're probably right. They've hung in there. They've looked really well. As Miller driving inside, puts it up, and can't get it. Last saved. Oh, no, it's going to be actually touched out of bounds by Miami of Ohio, and it's going to be SMU ball. You pick Miami of Ohio to get the upset? Yes, me too. Actually, I have them over Tennessee. I do have them over Tennessee tomorrow, or Friday. Wish I could cover the game. Cannot. Again, on the go with CeeLo. He was in the chat earlier. He'll be covering that game for sure. So make sure again to check him out. Again, doing a lot of basketball, though, I promise you. Just now I'll be watching that game from afar. Pulling for the RedHawks. All right, here is Yagitoglu. He hands off to Miller. Miller puts it up, gets the basket. Nice shot, and he's fouled. Good play by Miller. Miller, again, just with a lot of passion tonight. He's the leading scorer on the team. Boopy Miller averaging 19 points a game. Not leading in scoring tonight, but he does have, I believe it 10 points, 11 points, 10 points, 10 points. Couldn't quite find it as Miller again at the line releases. That's going to be in and out. It's rebounded there by Atlason. Again, 2:13 and counting. As here's Byers. Byers jacks up a three. That's going to be too strong. Rebounded by Toombs. Here's Miller. Miller racing down. Miller in the lane. Puts it up. Gets the basket. Miller won't go away. 7-point game. 153 and counting. 150 and counting. Here's Elmer. Elmer back over to Skajic. Skajic looking around, driving in, looking beyond the arc. Skajic driving inside, spinning around, kicks it out to Byers. Byers driving in. He's looking, and there's going to be a foul. There's a foul, and he is done. Yagitoglu is finally done. There had just been again all day. I hate this. I don't know why it does that, but anyway. And you can see Byers is grabbing at the jersey of Yagitoglu. Oh, that is rough. He is done. You tripping? Hey, man, it's March Madness. It's madness. Don't let the madness consume you. Maybe it consumed me. That's why I'm picking him. I'm tripping hard. We're all tripping. Really belong in the tournament. Yep, they did. We all do. So we all have them beating Tennessee. Now I'm thinking Tennessee's probably going to win now. Honestly, if everyone has them, it's like, okay, well, Tennessee's probably going to win. Anyway, Byers, though, at the line. Again, they're up by 7. This game not over by any means. Can't be crowning a team before they've won. 79% free throw shooter as Byers does make the first. This game definitely not over, but you got to like where Miami of Ohio is. Again, Yagitoglu has finally fouled out. I thought he had like 6 fouls, but it is what it is. Byers again at the line for his second. That one rolls in very friendly, I may add. 83-74, 9-point game. Here is Miller crossing half courts. He's looking around to the far side. Miller driving in. Fade away. That is going to be short. Rebounded by Toombs. Puts it up. No problem for Toombs. 83-76, 7-point game. Here's Elmer with it. 1:13 and counting. Elmer, he's under heavy duress, and they're going to call a timeout with 1:10 left to go. They is in Miami of Ohio. 7-point game, not over yet, but looking pretty good for Miami. It is March Madness. It is crazy. I guess I let it consume me. I'm not too sure. Tennessee is a streaky team. I guess so. I didn't do any research on Tennessee because I'm not calling the game. I could argue Miami of Ohio is a streaky team. You're 31 in a row. That's pretty... quite a streak there. Obviously, I know it's different meanings. But again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. It's been fun. Again, going to be back tomorrow for 3 games. Going to be having a long day. Long day tomorrow. Longer day on Friday. 4 games on Friday. 3 games for tomorrow. Hopefully I see you there again. Going to be covering games on the weekend too. It's not just a Monday through Friday thing I do here. It's pretty much almost every day. It really is. Again, during football season, it's essentially every day, except for Fridays. But I will be here for some Fridays. But I do have other responsibilities on Fridays during football season, as I'm a play-by-play guy for the local high school. Anyway, here's Miami, Ohio. Bounce pass inside of Elmer. He slams it in, no problem. 85-76. Here's Miller driving in. Bounce pass to Toombs. Toombs looking around. 50 seconds left to go. Toombs hook shot. That's going to be in and out. Berger rebounded by Miami. Suter passes, and it's going to go out of bounds. Knocked away by SMU. As Miami up by 9 with 43 seconds left to go. They can smell it. They can smell that they'll be... I don't know what I was going with that. That was pretty stupid. Regardless, they're going to be dancing. They will be dancing for sure. 85-76. SMU playing again. Very tight defense. Trying to get it in there. They do. Skadjic with it. And that's going to be knocked out of bounds with 41 seconds left to go. Miller's a baller. Not his fault. They're behind. Yeah, Miller pretty solid. Tennessee had a 17-point lead over UK second half. UK come back to beat them. Oh, man. Tea company or a drink should sponsor Dr. Lay's stream for all the throat soothing. Yeah, honestly, I agree. But I don't drink tea, so yeah, I don't know. I'm just good with cough drops. I just water, whatever brand of water. Today it's Nestle. Nestle was on sale. I don't really like Nestle, but apparently they've changed it because I actually like this Nestle. I don't know what it is. I usually don't like Nestle at all. But anyway. It's pretty good. But again, we're in commercial break. 9-point lead. Miami leading over SMU. Again, thank you guys for hanging out. Again, not trying to shoo you away, but again, the game is nearing its conclusion. And again, it's been a pleasure calling the game for you. Again, if you did enjoy the broadcast tonight, again, I was here for both Prairie View and Lehigh, and of course this one. Make sure again to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Again, I'll be back tomorrow for 3 games. Again, starting off with TCU and Ohio State. Then we'll be moving on to McNeese and Vanderbilt, and then concluding the nights with Texas A&M and St. Mary. Should be good matchups all through tomorrow. Should be. And of course, again, if you are a football fan, make sure to subscribe. Again, big football channel here. That's where pretty much everybody in the chat came from, is football. Some baseball, but mostly football. But yeah, again, we cover everybody, not just Steelers. We have a variety of fans here. Yen, of course, a Patriot fan. Orville, a Chiefs fan. CB, of course, Steeler fan. But yeah, we got a lot of fans here. A lot of Lions fans, Packers fans everywhere. As Miami inbounds, and there's a foul. And Pierre doesn't like it. And it looks like Elmer's going to go to the line. And Elmer's a 76% free throw shooter. Another high school win. Exactly, Pringle. It's unfortunate SMU did decide. This is, again, not even kidding here. SMU did have the high school team of the, I guess, a lot of high school teams out there in Dallas, but they did have a high school team take the spots of the players. So that is tough. That is tough. Another high school win. Almost a 7K. We're almost there. There's the free throw. That one is good. 10-point game. Appreciate you, Orville, for tuning in tonight. Have fun at work As here we go. This is Miller. Miller just jacks up a three. That's good. Oh, man. Look at that. Good stuff for Miller. Timeout SMU with 32 seconds. 7-point game, definitely not over. Subbed early in the game. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, Ball Hawk. It definitely has been fun. Make sure, W's in the chat for Ball Hawk. Thank you guys again for hanging out. Italian Vlogs. How's it going? We're right about Miami? Yes, usually am right. I hate to be that arrogant guy, but usually am pretty right in the end. Watched sports for a long time. Of course, you never know. You never know. It could be wrong here, but I genuinely thought this team was pretty good. But yeah, thank you guys. Yeah, closing out on 7K. Make sure again, folks, to sub before you go. But one last promotion after this game is concluded, because I'm sure you guys are tired of that. Whenever I'm a big channel, don't even have to promote anymore. Don't even have to promote. But thank you guys again for hanging out. This is fun. This was fun, folks. Thank you for, as always. Oh, yeah, appreciate you. Should be around for all 3 games. Appreciate you, man. Again, just check in when you can. You don't have to be here all day. I would get sick and tired of me myself. I don't know how my wife does it. But, appreciate you again. Thank you again for tuning in for this one. But, yeah, I'll be on all day. Again, all day, pretty much starting from noon Eastern to, I don't know, probably 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night. I don't know. People of all teams come together. Oh, yeah. Again, there's a reason why I bounce around, because that was part of the plan, getting fans from every team. I didn't want to just be a Steelers channel. I wanted to be a channel for everybody. As here's Skagic. Skagic for Suter. Suter. And, Suter was pushed down. It's going to be helped up by Toombs. And Suter's going to go to the line for a couple of shots. Got to make both. Again, would still make it. It's still a 3-basket game regardless. But that forces SMU to jack up a 3. Behind you say otherwise. It's a Pirates jersey. Okay. It's not a big deal. Yeah, more of a Steeler fan than Pirates fan. Again, thank you, Ricky. Appreciate it. Cardinals are in the chat. Number 1 pick next year, are they? He missed the first. Unbelievable. Suter again is 73% free throw shooter. But yeah, Nick, Cardinals fan. Again, he was a Diamondbacks, Cubs. That's where Nick came onto the channel when I was probably at less than 100 subs. That was last April. There's the second. That one is good. Again, an 8-point game. Still not over, but they got to get something here. Miller with a deep 3. That's going to be too short. Rebounded by Atlason, and Atlason is fouled with 20 seconds left. If Atlason makes both, this one is pretty much over. McNeese or Vandy, I have an upset tomorrow for McNeese, yes. But we'll see. We'll see. Again, anything can happen. How many salesman majors with Great Rivers way short? Yep, I agree. Do you like the Pirates for Skeens? I've liked the Pirates since the 2000s. There's the first. That one's good. I like Zach Duke. You know who Zach Duke is? Probably not. Zach Duke was a Pirates pitcher of the 2000s. I like Freddie Sanchez, Jason Bay, Xavier Nady. Those are the guys I grew up. Adam LaRoche. Makes the second one. 10-point game. 89-79. Again, it's all or nothing. Here's a deep 3. That's going to be off the mark. Rebounded by Elmer. Sticking to the ball like glue, and that is going to do it. That is going to do it, folks. Miami of Ohio knocks out SMU, proving what we all really deep down knew, that they belong, that they should have been seated higher. 89-79 is your final score. They have secured a date with Tennessee again on Friday. And I, of course, will be wishing Miami of Ohio the best of luck. Vandy gonna roll? Yeah, we'll see. I know you're pulling for Vandy there, so it'll be a good game. And hopefully I'll have you back for that one. But yeah, Tennessee, Miami, it is official. They'll be playing at 4:25 Eastern, around 4:25 Eastern on TBS, by the way. If you have TBS, you'll be able to watch the game, as that'll be at Philadelphia, in Philadelphia. So that shouldn't be a far trip for the Miami of Ohio fans. So they might take over that too. I could see it. Congrats again. Congrats all to the Miami, Ohio for proving all. Yes. Congrats again. Thank you, David. I don't know if you're still here, but appreciate you, man, for being a good sport about it. Really do appreciate that. Haas 32-1. Yep. Pretty cool stuff. I mean, you got to respect it. You got to respect it. Again, we'll go over the stats here before I go. Again, folks, thank you for letting me call the game. Thank you for letting the small channel call the game for you. But this is a growing channel. Again, we're growing to 7,000 subs. Hopefully we accomplish that tonight. If not, make sure again to subscribe. Even if we did, still subscribe, because now what does that mean? We're at 7K. Now it's on to 8K. That's what we're doing here. We're always moving on. What's the next goal? When are we setting the standard higher? Because again, this is a growing channel. This is a growing channel. It will be a big channel. It just takes time. Wolfolk with 3 points, Byers with 19, Suter with 7, Skadjic with 17, Elmer with 23, Allison with 12 points, Kirby with 8 points. Again, that is your 89 points. How they were scored. Miami of Ohio shot 45% from the field, 39 from beyond the arc, but they made 16 threes. That is crazy, crazy stuff. SMU with 79 points, 13 of it by Washington, 8 points for. You get glue, I think is what I said. Probably not it. Doesn't say his name anymore, so it's all good. Toombs with 20 points, Miller with 15, Pierre with 18, and Walters 5 points off the bench. Again, not a good showing for the bench of SMU. Shot 48% from the field, just didn't make as many threes. Only 5 threes, 24% from beyond the arc. And that is how that went. Let's see here. Strength of the record was 28 into this one. Oh, wow. It's a 7-seed victory. Yep. Man. Penguins lost an OT. But yeah. It's at least the Miami, Ohio one. Yeah. That's a shame for the Penguins and Sid's return. Again, appreciate you, Ricky. I'll see you tomorrow. Again, I'll be on tomorrow, folks. I already have it ready. We're going to do, again, TCU and Ohio State. That is starting. Actually, I have no idea, but the stream will start at 11:45, probably to get people in here. And then it'll be McNeese Vanderbilt right after that. Not much of a break. And then we'll have Texas A&M and St. Mary's. Those are the 3 games tomorrow, folks. And then on Friday, we have a 4-game special. Akron, Texas Tech. Apparently doing some Ohio teams. It's crazy, isn't it? That's interesting. Utah State and Villanova, Iowa, Clemson, and Missouri and Miami. Hopefully that's a good slate. I think it is. I think they could all be really good games, as we got to witness tonight. Thank you again, Nick. I appreciate you for tuning in again. I know you're excited for the baseball calls for sure. And, of course, those are more chill streams, so we get to talk more football on that too, in between pitches and all that. But yeah, thank you guys again. Appreciate you, Ball Hawk. Appreciate you guys all for tuning in. CB, thank you. Yin, thank you. Thank you guys all for hanging out. You guys all have a great rest of your night. I will catch you guys later. And again, the final score, 89-79. Congratulations again to the Miami of Ohio RedHawks. And of course, hey, good stuff there for SMU. Good hard-fought battle. Definitely came back plenty of times. Unfortunately, just couldn't make it. But again, a good season. You made the tournament. That's always a cool thing to do. But I will catch you later. 89-79. And again, I will see you guys tomorrow for TCU and Ohio State. Peace and good night.